Welcome, Loper Wrestling fans, to the 2020 UNK Wrestling Banquet. I'm Dalton Jensen, head wrestling coach at UNK, and we are here in my basement. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19 pandemic, we were unable to have our end of the year banquet in person, so this virtual banquet's going to have to do. We want to take this time to recognize some of our individuals and the team's accomplishments this year. Some of this year's highlights include 9 academic All-Americans, 8th highest team GPA in NCAA Division II, 4th place at the National Duels, 6 MIAA Conference Champions, 5 NCAA Region 6 Champions. We were the NCAA Region 6 Team Champions. We had 7 NCAA National Qualifiers and 5 NWCA All-Americans. Circumstances revolving around this year's NCAA Championships were frustrating to say the least. Our staff and athletes were up in Sioux Falls when we got the news just a day out from the National Championships that they were to be canceled. One of the most difficult things I've had to do as a coach is go in and tell these guys that their chances of becoming national champions were no longer in the mix for this year. So our staff, we pride ourselves on helping these guys reach their goals, and it was just a really devastating blow for these guys this year. But as we preach, it's about remembering the journey, and it's not always about the destination. This banquet is about recognizing this year's teams and some of its individuals that accomplished some great things on this year's journey. I'm joined by head assistant coach Andrew Sorensen, assistant coach Zach Ondrap, assistant coach and executive producer Jacob Ortley behind the camera, and remotely assistant coach Tom McCann.
What is this? An icon? Let me get my glass. How does this thing work? Hi, Loper fans. Coach McCann here. Glad to be here.
Let's begin with our first award, the UNK Wrestling Scholar Athlete Award. Coach Ondrap, why don't you tell us a little bit more about this?
Absolutely, Dalton. This award goes to all of our wrestlers who have attained a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or higher. The challenge of being both an athlete and a student can be quite difficult, but these individuals have made a commitment to be as successful in the classroom as they are on the mat. These individuals include Andrew Demos, Terrell Garraway, Nick James, Ryan Johnson, Walker Johnson, Jonathan Killingsworth, Matt Malcolm, Jackson Nielsen, Joshua Portillo, J.D. Rader, Joseph Reimers, Alex Segarra, and Tiante Wilson. Congratulations, man.
With academics in mind, let's now move on to our NWCA Academic All-Americans. This award recognizes wrestlers for their success in both the classroom and on the wrestling mat. Coach Sorensen here to tell us a little bit more.
A 3.31 cumulative team GPA was good enough to get UNK Wrestling 8th in the country. To be considered an NWCA Academic All-American, you must have a 3.0 and be an All-American, a 3.2 and be a qualifier, or a 3.5 cumulative GPA. Now, those athletes that made those GPA requirements and success on the mat include Andrew Demos, Terrell Garraway, Ryan Johnson, Walker Johnson, Jonathan Killingsworth, Matt Malcolm, Josh Portillo, J.D. Rader, and Tiante Wilson. Now, J.D. Rader and Walker Johnson have been a 4-time recipient of this award, and that's a heck of an accomplishment. Congratulations, men.
Now we'll go to the wrestling mat and talk about some wrestlers that met some benchmark wins this season. Terrell Garraway with 20 wins, Andrew Demos 21, Jonathan Killingsworth 24, Nick James with 25 wins, Josh Portillo and Wesley Dawkins both with 26 wins, Joseph Reimers with 28, and your UNK Wrestling win leader Matt Malcolm with 30 wins. Congrats to these men on a successful season.
This year's pin leader had 28 wins, 14 of them coming by fall. Pins always fire up their team, and they're critical in duels and tournaments. This year's Most Falls award winner is Joseph Reimers, a redshirt, and we're super excited to have him for the next 4 years. Now it's time to send you to McCann.
What?
Next, we will be recognizing the outstanding wrestler from each class. Here, we recognize the student athlete that stood out in each grade. Coach Ondrap, why don't you get us kicked off?
Beginning with our outstanding redshirt of the year. This redshirt compiled an amazing season, which included tournament titles at the Swede Open, the Hastings Open, the Midland Viking Warrior Open, and the Dakota Wesleyan Open. Also, he had placed third at the Wyoming Cowboy Open. Of his 17 wins this season, 13 of them came by way of bonus points, while he only suffered 3 losses all year. In addition to that, this student was also one of our Scholar Athlete Award winners. This year's Outstanding Redshirt of the Year is Jackson Nielsen. Congratulations, Jackson.
Outstanding Freshman of the Year. Had 15 wins this year, 7 of them coming by bonus points. He was the champion at both the Dakota Wesleyan Open and the Bethany Swede Open. He finished second at the UNK Hospitality Open. This outstanding freshman is none other than Tyler Cunningham. Congratulations, Tyler.
Next up is our Outstanding Sophomore of the Year. The 174-pound starter finished the season with a 4th place finish at the NCAA Super 6 Region Championships. He also had tournament placings at the Fort Hays Open and the Midland Viking Warrior Open. He had 20 wins on the season, with half of them coming by way of fall. He's also a 2-time academic All-American and a 2-time Loper Wrestling Scholar Athlete. This year's Outstanding Sophomore of the Year goes to Terrell Garraway. Congrats, Terrell.
The Outstanding Junior for this year was a tough one to pick, as 6 of our 10 starters were from that junior class. Even so, the athlete chosen for Outstanding Junior put together an impressive season, which ended with a Super Regional Championship in which he pinned, in the first period, the number 5 nationally ranked wrestler in his weight class. This individual, in an effort to make us stronger overall as a team, chose to make a hard weight cut to get down to 133 pounds. A proven choice, which ended with 0 losses against Division II competition at 133. This individual is Wesley Dawkins. Congratulations, Wesley, on being named our Outstanding Junior of the Year.
This outstanding Loper senior had quite the career. From 15-15 as a freshman backup, his sophomore year he went an outstanding 40-8 and a 2018 NCAA 8th place finisher. In 2019, his junior year, he finished as a national runner-up. 2020, as a senior, he rolls through Super Region 6 on his home turf. Little did we know, though, that was going to be his final match in a Loper singlet. The NWCA named this outstanding senior as a 2020 NWCA All-American, making him a 3-time NCAA All-American and a staple in the UNK lineup. One of the best heavyweights UNK has seen, hailing from Geneva, Nebraska, our very own Jared Hendricks. Congratulations, Jared. You'll be greatly missed. Now to Tom McCann.
Hey, congrats to all our award winners so far. Go Lopers!
Up next is our Helping Hand Award. This award goes to the student athlete who was willing to give the most of his time and his energy to helping out within the community. This individual consistently volunteered with every opportunity that was placed before him. Opportunities included Kids Fitness Day, Walk to School program, helping a local farmer, state cross country meet, Habitat for Humanity, helping out with Hot Meals USA, as well as the reading program that the UNK Wrestling program does at Meadowlark Elementary. This year's Helping Hand Award goes to Tiante Wilson. Thank you, Tiante, for all of your hard work.
Next up, our Booster Club Member of the Year. We have a lot of individuals that have a huge impact on our program. And this year we wanted to honor somebody that really kind of stepped up to the plate, someone that our wrestling program just kind of got to know this year. And that is Jeff and Melissa Schwab, who made a big commitment to our future wrestling facility project. So I really want to thank those two for really reaching out and having a huge impact on the future of our program and its young men. Thank you, Jeff and Melissa.
Most improved. This young man makes no excuses. His hard work and dedication in and out of season has helped him jump leaps and bounds since he started wrestling in 7th grade. He's a crucial part of this team with an infectious, positive attitude. This year's most improved wrestler, we love to watch him scrap, and without a doubt, it belongs to Tiante Wilson. Tiante saw valuable time as a starter this year, and we look forward to his name being called more. Thank you, Mr. Wilson.
Congratulations, Tiante. Our next award is our Kamikaze Award. The Kamikaze Award is given to the person on the team that we feel has brought the most inspiration. And that person is our super old senior, Anthony Mancini. Anthony, after you decided to drive halfway across the country on a whim so that you could pursue your wrestling career further, you came into the room and you worked as hard as anybody could have ever asked anybody to do. We know that you battled through many injuries and you ended your career on a torn ACL, in which none of us even knew about, because you weren't willing to make excuses. You went out there, you gave it your all, and because of that, we award you the Kamikaze Award. You truly are an inspiration, and you will be missed.
Awesome job, Anthony. Our Ironman Award is meant to be the man that encompasses grit, toughness, and just all-around hard work ethic. Our Ironman this season was told that his season was over. He had a broken wrist, and without hesitation, he wanted that cast cut off so he could compete with his team at regionals. And I think it was because he was not able to accomplish his goals the year before, and he's felt that heartache. You've seen him battle. He was at our regional tournament, 5 tough matches in a row. You saw his toughness and his grit, and that awards Jonathan Killingsworth with the Ironman Award, and he deserves it. Congratulations, Jonathan.
Nice work, Johnny. Next up, we want to recognize our Loper Wrestling Style Award winner. This award encompasses everything that we want our program to be about. We talk about areas of value such as athletic, academic, and social, and we felt that this individual really stood out of the rest of the guys in encompassing what these really mean. Athletically, this individual is a 3-time All-American. Academically, he's also a 3-time academic All-American. And on the social front, this individual is a great leader and makes a huge impact on our program. And I know he will be a great coach someday. This year's Loper Wrestling Style Award winner is Matt Malcolm.
Congratulations, Matt. Now we'll introduce our NCAA qualifiers. This will be a year that we'll never forget, and I'm super glad that we got to host the regional tournament so our fans could see him compete one last time. So our NCAA qualifiers, which is top 3 in Region 6, is Josh Portillo, Wesley Dawkins, Jonathan Killingsworth, Sam Turner, Jacob Wasser, Matt Malcolm, and Jared Heinrichs. Those guys battled really hard, and we appreciate it.
Next up is our NWCA All-Americans. While it was unfortunate that all 7 of our qualifiers were not able to go out on the mat and prove it for themselves, the NWCA found fit to award All-American status to those ranked going into the national tournament. Of our 7, 5 earned All-American awards, and those 5 are Josh Portillo, Wesley Dawkins, Sam Turner, Matt Malcolm, and Jared Heinrichs. Congratulations, guys.
Our final award today is the UNK Most Outstanding Wrestler. Obviously, it made it a little bit more difficult this year, not able to have the NCAA championships, but I think at the same time, it kind of made this award a little easier to choose. I can't imagine being in these guys' shoes as athletes, having to be told that they can no longer compete and go chase the national title. These 7 NCAA qualifiers have been through a lot. They endured this situation together as brothers, and we felt it necessary to name all 7 of our national qualifiers this year's UNK Outstanding Wrestlers, and that includes Josh Portillo, Wesley Dawkins, Jonathan Killingsworth, Sam Turner, Jacob Wasser, Matt Malcolm, and Jared Heinrichs. That wraps up all of this year's award winners. Now let's talk about some of our seniors. That senior class includes Tevin Briscoe, Dakota Hernandez, Jared Heinrichs, Walker Johnson, Anthony Mancini, and J.D. Rader. These men have made a huge impact with their time in this program, and we are forever grateful for these young men. You guys have cemented your legacy at UNK, and you guys are Lopers for life. Now let's head to you guys and hear some of your guys' remarks.
This senior speech is something I've been looking forward to a long time, ever since I watched Daniel DeShazer, a man who has 316, his area code tattooed in huge flames across his chest, break down while giving his senior speech. I knew it was going to be a special one and a moment that I will remember for a long time. And
So last 5 years have been a heck of a ride, a roller coaster. Coming out of high school, I would not have thought that my college career would go the way that it did, but after all the ups and downs, there's not a single thing that I would change.
Coach Jensen, thank you for being in my corner for the past 7 years. You've encouraged me to go farther in my career than I ever could have imagined. Not only have you been a great coach to me, but you've also been a good friend, supporting me when I thought that I would have to deal with some of the things alone. Coach Sorensen, it's been 5 years. You no longer have to babysit me at tournaments, making sure I'm not swearing all the time. I think one of my favorite memories from you as a coach was our first trip we took, where we listened to about 14 hours of just Jim Jeffries radio on Pandora. I think some of my least favorite memories are the handful of butt whoopings I've received from you in the room. But you've been a great coach for me. I've always enjoyed coming in and watching film with you after tournaments, and you're going to do great things with this program.
Coach McCann, I don't think I'll ever meet a man like you. You're one of the best humans I've ever met in my life, and you're someone I strive to be like. Thank you so much. You're awesome, someone I'll never forget about. And same with Chep, someone who really pushes me, someone who really makes me want to be better for myself, and obviously better for others around me. Great man, Chep. Thank you for everything you do for the program and for us.
I don't know, I'm really thankful for everything that wrestling has brought me, and all the people in my life that have encouraged me to wrestle and done things for me that allowed me to wrestle. So I kind of wanted to just thank some people, especially my parents. They really made everything with wrestling in my life possible. As long as I can remember, they've sacrificed no matter what it was to get me to wrestling tournaments that I wanted to go to. Spent literally, I think my parents used all of their vacation days from the time I was a kid till I graduated. Not just me, but my brothers as well, but they used their vacation days to be there at tournaments, to watch us, take us to tournaments, get us to camps, everything. My dad especially, he's just has a real passion for wrestling.
And finally, the guys, I couldn't ask for a better team to have been a part of. I didn't visit here at all before I came. I just got in the car and decided to drive to Nebraska and roll the dice. And I consider myself the luckiest man alive to have rolled into a group like this. You guys took me in with open arms, supported me, made me feel welcome and part of the family right away. And there's no way I could ever thank you guys enough for that. You turned a place I'd never heard of and never seen before into a home in a matter of weeks. You guys took 30 strangers and gave me 30 brothers right away. I've got to make some of the best friends I'll ever have. I'll have memories with those guys that'll last a lifetime. I got to learn so much from all of you guys. I loved being around this team. I can't say it enough. I love the younger guys. The energy you guys brought every day made me more excited to be at practice. I wanted to match your energy and enthusiasm. Never let that go. And then being around older guys, chasing their dreams, pushing their goals, that's inspired me to give my best every day. And most importantly, I love you guys. I love this team. I love this program. And I am so absolutely blessed to have gotten to be a part of it.
So to kind of wrap things up, I suppose, I just want to once again say thank you to my parents, coaches, and my teammates. This team, university, and even the city of Kearney will forever hold a special place in my heart. Because of you, what I once thought was a cheesy saying actually brings me a whole lot of pride now. I am proud to say that I am a Loper for life.
Thank you, seniors. Now that we've heard from you guys, let's hear from senior citizen and assistant wrestling coach Tom McCann on his final remarks.
Okay, I know the coaches always bugged me all the time, said I never wanted cards on these road trips. Right here, and my fingers, right out of my duffel bag against Chap, Jared, Andrew, and Dalton, I have the official tally sheet in cards where I scored 83 Jared had 82. Way to go, big guy. Andrew was at 68. Dalton at 57. And Chap, you only had 75. So the winner was me. Coach Dalton wanted me to come up with a top 10 list of things that I could think off the top of my head. So I wrote these down right off the top of my head. Number 10, a fun drill partner this year, Alex Segarra. It was great to drill with him, work out with him. Number 9, the sentimental match of the year. That had to be J.D. Rader's last match before the semester break. Number 8, the Grinder Award winner. This guy wins with heart. That has to be Jonathan Killingsworth. Number 7, the Ryder Award winner. Without a doubt, this guy's fun to watch, Walker Johnson. Number 6, the Guts, the Match of the Year award. That's when Josh Portillo jumped in to get the win. He wasn't supposed to wrestle, but he jumped in and got that win with the last match. Number 5, best tech fall, Mancini 16-0 in about a minute and a half at the Super Regionals. That's the match he got hurt in. But that was a great tech fall. Number 4, the best upset win was Terrell Garraway's win against the Fort Hayes All-American. That was a great win. Number 3, the pin that was but wasn't. That was the ref really missing the one with Wesley Dawkins against Red at the UNL duel. Number 2, question mark, the enigma or the hard to figure out match had to be Matt and Malcolm's final match at Super Regionals. That was crazy. Number 1, the match at 6 out was the last match, both Jacob Wasser's quarter and semis match at Super Regionals. Never stopped wrestling and brought that up. My 3 special recognition awards, Philosopher of the Year has to be Jack Sutton. Energizer of the Year award, the bunny that keeps on going, is Jackson Nielsen. And the Arm of the Year and Dodgeball, without a doubt, is Wesley Dawkins. One last thought, guys. Billy Graham once said a coach will impact more young people in a year than the average person does in a lifetime. I hope this coaching staff has impacted you as my coaches did to me in high school and college. Hope to see all you guys again next year. Love every one of you. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach McCann, for your remarks, and thank you for the impact that you have on our student athletes. We are just so great and appreciative of you being a part of this program. But now that we kind of have time to reflect, I guess, what is your guys' thoughts on the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, if I can start off, you know, when I think back on the season, there's a lot of things that are highlighted. I know the season didn't end the way we wanted to, but probably one of the things that will forever stand out to me, and not wanting to just pull people out, because we could really pull every one of our guys out and highlight them. You know, we talk about Johnny, and Johnny is so deserving of that Ironman award and the fact that like he gritted it out. But you know, that Super Region, I think Jacob Wasser's performance at the Super Regional will always be one that I remember. You know, down his first match in, he gets a bye. Second match in the quarters, he draws a kid that he's split with. He's losing going into the end of that match, into the third period, and with 30 seconds or less left, double overs, ends up on top, wins that match, and then goes on in the semi-match to wrestle the kid that's ranked 4th in the country, has been all year, just a crazy match, and ultimately ends up on his back, guy ends up on his back, and I mean, just kind of this back and forth, and he just has this monster bridge, and ends up pinning that kid, you know, and just the emotion on his face, because he's been battling injuries all year long. And for him to come back like that, you know, that's just one of those things. Like, that's why I love the sport. Is, you know, there's just a ton of resilience.
That was definitely wild, because Dalton pushed me in the corner.
Yeah,
he wanted to. He like straight up 2-hand shoved me in the corner. But that was something I'll never forget. His matches. I mean, and it was funny walking back in the locker room. There was never any doubt in his face. There's never any doubt. There's no, oh man, I really almost screwed that up. Like nothing. Like no doubt in his face ever. Something I think we should bring up that we didn't talk about is Heinrich's capping 100 wins in his career.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy has been reliable for us as a heavyweight. He loves when it comes down to the last match, and some of his celebrations prove it. So I I'm super excited that he was able to get his 100 wins and to finish on a win at the regional tournament.
Dalton, did you think, like, when Jared came in as a freshman, you know, we always have high hopes for all of our guys, but for Jared to put together the career that he has, I mean.
No, you know, just a one-time state champ from, you know, Class C school in Nebraska, and, you know, you just kind of never know, and that's kind of the recruiting ball game. You know, it's a gamble, and for a kid to come in like that, and again, Coach Tornson kind of reiterating some of his steps over his career, but going 15-15 as a freshman, ended up being a 3-time All-American and a national finalist.
Yeah.
And, you know, I sure think he would have ended his career with a national championship this year, and that's just too bad that he missed out on that opportunity, but I think he's going to move on and be okay. But a couple things that I think about, you know, Josh Portillo, I know he dealt with some stuff earlier in the year, some personal problems and battles and obstacles, and, you know, he had a great regional finish and, you know, beat a guy that had beaten him earlier in the year and beat both of the national finalists.
Handily.
Yeah.
And, yeah, Josh handled him. And, you know, another one that kind of sticks out is, you know, I know a lot of people look at our program, they see the strength of our junior class, and they're worried about what's going to happen after those guys graduate. But, you know, talk about, you know, the quality and depth that we have that are sitting, you know, behind just I think 6 of our 10 starters this year being juniors, but the rest of the guys in the room are right there nipping at their heels. He has talked about them a little bit.
Our freshman buy-in that we have is, I mean, those guys, they're all in. They have great grades. A lot of them are going to be scholar athletes and academic All-Americans when they're done. And I think they're going to be All-Americans, national champs when they're done.
Yeah.
And it makes me really excited. You never know now that they're home, and I hope that they're enjoying some home time, because I know this season gets long on them, and this could be a very good break for them. So
For sure. Yeah, that freshman class is going to be fun to watch, you know, but that's not to discredit any of the other classes either and stuff. Like, we really do have a strong team.
yeah.
No, I think lots of different areas we could talk about that really caps off this year. And, you know, again, I know it's a negative kind of focusing on, you know, how the year ended, but I think it can be really turned into a positive. I think these guys are stronger and more resilient for it. I think certainly that we are as a staff. And, you know, without a doubt, we definitely have the quality of kids and the character kids that this staff and Loper fans can be proud of. And we're just super proud of this team and look forward to continuing to work with these guys in the future. But we really appreciate everybody following this banquet and your guys' continued support of UNK Wrestling. Go Lopers! Sportling. A little bit more about this.
Absolutely, Dalton. This is what. You can't laugh! That's to be funny!
Oh God, hurry up, we have like 5 minutes before I goes out again. Let's begin with our first award.
Absolutely, Dalton. This award goes to the Loper wrestlers. Brenda, I said
This sex.
Let's begin with our first award. Gosh, hold on, I'm still going. Let's begin with our first award. Award. Coach Ondrak, why don't you tell us a little bit more about this?
absolutely.
That was